Yeah. They're not a rebuker. They're a nag. That's what happens. They're actually not a nag, but that's how it begins to be received. Yeah.
People of the same gender and not married.
Well, the other thing that's really good about that is if I say something to another guy, then all of a sudden they have to listen to it, going, "Oh, that's not just her." Maybe there is some truth to it. And sometimes we're a little bit more thick-headed, and we need someone to actually say something to us that maybe if you're married, our wives have said. If we're not married, that someone else has said. And it's just like you begin to receive it differently, guy to guy. We know each other. I mean, I know what makes guys tick, and it's like I'll receive it more from a guy sometimes. And I think the same would happen female to female. But there's also safety in that. Because you don't want to be building a C relationship with someone of the opposite sex a lot. That's not necessarily a wise thing to do. Because you build that relationship, and the deeper it goes, it should be leading somewhere. We're not talking about dating. I didn't want to talk about that. But when you are building a relationship, even if you're thinking through that dating lens, you still go through that track, A, B, C. But if you start to share C stuff with someone of the opposite sex, you're going to begin to bind your hearts a certain way. And now you're starting to tie things emotionally that maybe shouldn't be tied. And maybe you have no desire for your heart to be tied that way because you have no desire to be a husband or wife to that person. Well, maybe you shouldn't begin to tie your heart emotionally in that fashion, because when you begin to do that, it's so much harder to separate it. And then what happens is maybe that person that you've